We're currently living in a society where people seem to be more and more depressed and more lonely. How this depression pandemic started is debatable, with most signs leading towards social media, porn addiction, and huge division between everything from politics to race and gender. No matter the case, the fact of the matter is that we're currently living in a crazy world which is getting more and more depressed and very lonely to be in. In this video, I'm gonna give you my best advice and my best way to fix this problem for yourself, and hopefully you can use this advice, improve your life, and give it to someone else who might be in need of it. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, the first problem is you are comparing yourself to other people. Now, this is great for inspiration and motivation, but the problem with especially doing this on social media is, let's take Instagram. Most people who upload on Instagram and are very successful on Instagram are also very successful in life. Maybe they are very attractive, they tend to be, and they pretty much have life figured out. At least that's what they want you to think. And that's the person they're showing on Instagram. Now, you can't compare yourself to someone's ideal personality on Instagram. Like, that's superhuman status. Like, that is something you can't be. That's something they aren't even themselves. So comparing yourself to people on Instagram especially, but also in general social media, can really hurt your mental health. It can make you depressed. It can also make you feel loneliness if you see them constantly hanging out with people. But you gotta remember this. Do they upload the videos and the pictures of them being alone in the bedroom crying with ice cream? No, they probably don't. They do, however, film the most crazy nights out, partying, having a great time, and that's the only thing you see. So that's just not realistic, and you shouldn't be doing that. Now, one of the other side effects of social media is you thinking you have to be someone that you're actually not. It could be thinking you have to be the top 1% to attract a girlfriend or boyfriend if you are a girl. It could be thinking you need to be in the top 1% to be successful, and that's the only way people will respect. That's the only way people will respect you, and you can't be successful if you aren't in the top 1%. That is just false. If you're in the top 20%, you're living a good life, very good life, and even that is not necessary to be successful. Something that I've learned through religion is it's much more important to be significant rather than successful. Now, what I mean by that is be significant to other people. So that's what I'm doing here. Of course, I want to be successful. I want to make a lot of money on this YouTube channel. I want to make a lot of money coaching people and helping people. But the more important thing for me is being significant to those people. This is why I'm doing YouTube. This is why I want to be a coach, a lifestyle coach. This is why in the future I want to build a community that helps mainly young men, because that is what I know most about. Of course, if you're a woman watching this, getting some value out of this, amazing for you. I'm glad. However, like, my mission with this is truly to be significant in the world and make this a better place, helping people. And if you can find some other way to be significant, it doesn't have to be a work. Maybe it can be being significant to your parents, to your family, to your kids if you have kids. Being significant is so much more impactful for your mental health than seeing some numbers, having a nice car, and being materially like successful. That is definitely not everything. And at the end of the day, when you are on your deathbed, you are not going to care about any material stuff. You're only going to care about what you leave behind, which is your significance to the world. How did you impact the world? So the next time you think about being the top 1%, being hyper successful, being attracting a lot of women, all this shit, think about being significant. Wouldn't you rather be significant than being successful? And great if you can do both, but which one is more important to you? Think about it. Now, this ties into what I just talked about, but obsessing over money is, and in general materialism, like obsessing over cars, over nice houses, nice clothing, being a hype beast, if you know what that means. That's pretty much just like buying Supreme and Babe and all this shit. I used to be like this. Like as soon as I got a job, got some money, first thing I bought, a pair of Yeezys, a pair of designer shoes, very, very expensive. I mean, not as expensive as many things are nowadays, but it's still expensive nonetheless. If you think about it, it's just a shoe, right? Obsessing over money for material reasons is just not worth it. However, if you want money to get experiences and to be significant in that kind of way to families and whatnot, that is much more understandable. But still, money isn't everything. You gotta remember this. We're living in a world where it's hugely promoted by people like Andrew Tate. No hate on Andrew Tate. I think he's a huge positivity for the world, and I love that guy. He's funny as fuck. However, his obsession with money is probably not that healthy for most guys who thinks that the only way to be successful in life, the only way to be happy is being very rich. It's just not. It is nice, but it's a fact that it doesn't really change your life. Andrew Tate says it himself. If you're a geek and you make a lot of money, you're just super geek. If you're a fucking boss, you make a lot of money, you're a fucking mafia boss. Like, you're a gangster, right? How you are now, money will only amplify that. So focus on like building yourself up, go to the gym, things like this. That matters way more than having a lot of money. At least in my opinion. Something which are probably a side effect of TikTok and these sort of social media fucking up your attention span. You're not present. No one is present anymore. And being present is probably the best way to feel happiness. To feel present in the moment when you're speaking to your parents. Now I'm just going to tell you a little story about myself. For the longest time, probably the past at least 8 years, every time I talk with my dad, every time I talk with my mom, I'm constantly like going around. I'm trying to get out of there. I'm trying to do the next thing. My brain is like over here, when in reality it should be right here, present in the moment. And it really like fucked every single conversation I had with my parents, because I'm constantly trying to get somewhere else. Like, be present in the moment. Be with the people you love. Because at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, you're going to regret not being present with your kids, with your parents, with your family, with your friends, and with your loved ones. Be present. Now the two last ones are something that I'm a huge promoter of, and what my channel is also about. It is fitness. It is diet. It's like diet, sleep, all these things. Pretty much self-improvement in the physical sense and the mental sense of exercising, eating clean, or at least eating good. Don't eat junk food every day. These sort of stuff. That sort of stuff. If you want to have better mental health, go to the gym. Go for a run. Eat better. That's instantly overnight gonna fix it. Go to the gym for 3 days in a row. Wake up when you're supposed to wake up. Don't hit the snooze button. 3 days in a row. Get 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of actual sleep. 3 days in a row. Eat clean 3 days in a row. Cut out junk food 3 days in a row. Stop eating so much sugar 3 days in a row. Try that. Take action right now. If you do this for 3 days in a row, your mental health is guaranteed gonna increase by like 1000%. If you're living a non-exercise, junk food filled, like sleep deprived lifestyle right now, do these 3 things. Exercise, like just move, go for a walk, anything. Eat better, cut out some junk food, if not all of it, cut out all of the sugar, and get 8 hours of sleep. And that means 8 hours of sleep, not 8 hours of lying in your bed. Try this for 3 days. I promise you, I will literally give you $100 if this doesn't work, because I know it fucking works. And you know it too. So take some fucking action. Watch one of these videos next. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, bro.